Hello, welcome to another episode of Honest to a Malt with myself, Duncan Donuts, and Mike, aka Two Birds. How you doing?
Very good, very good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Do you enjoy our vocal warm-ups?
Yep, we did.
Mike just got us to shout "Let's go" as loudly as we could. Apparently I sounded like an X-wing fighter.
It's mightily impressive. You are sounding better.
Oh, it's good. You've woken me up a bit. Maybe I'll do that every day when I wake up in the morning. Might scare the shit out of everybody that I live with. But
I think it's called being an American. Just screaming, "Let's go!" You got to do press-ups for like a couple of minutes and then...
Let's go, champ. That was that boxer, wasn't it?
Yeah, and stuff your face with food.
Let's go, champ. Yeah. So, episode 50. Wow, how did we get here in roughly a year?
Who knows? Nearly a year, yeah. It's
Well,
almost
it
like
is
we
a
did
year
one a
now.
week. Yeah,
Almost, yeah, kind of. Some podcasts have a break from now all the way through to autumn.
Oh, yes, Sean.
Sure.
Got his feet up.
Shawnee
laughing.
boy. Some podcasts only do 8 episodes a year. Don't know who they could be. But we dig in. We're value for money, though you're not paying for it. You know,
I'm not saying anymore.
value for freebies.
Yeah.
So, what's the episode? What's the episode title today, Mike?
The episode title, it is episode 50, and I can't remember the title.
Okay, it is 50 pence in the pub. I reminded myself of someone did this amazing cover of 50 Cent in the club. It's called 50 pence in the pub. We'll put the link in the podcast thing, in the podcast description. Do yourself a favour, go and have a watch or listen and have an absolute chuckle to yourself.
Yeah.
You'll laugh a whole bunch of times. It's quality. I sort of distantly remembered it from a few years ago. Someone must have done the cover at the time. It's hilarious. It's very English, so you may not get it if you're an American or Canadian listener. But give it a shot anyway.
I mean, we don't do a lot of prep on this podcast, but I can say safely this is the least amount of sort of preamble we've ever done. We've literally just listened to music videos and mess about.
Yeah, that's true, actually. You're spot on. But we are treating ourselves today because we both have a sample of local barley 2024 that we managed to get hold of. And we both have a bottle of local barley 2023, the 11-year-old. So we've got the 13-year-old from 2024 and the 11-year-old from 2023. And so we're going to do a wee side-by-side, aren't we?
I didn't drop it. I didn't drop it. I dropped the bottle. I didn't drop the
You haven't spilt anything. No glass is broken. The problem is because you do this with like giant mittens on your hands. So you just can't.
Oven gloves.
Because
I'm drinking so many hot drams. I took your Dragon's Den idea and I've made it. So I've got a glass warmer, but it's just too hot. So I'm having to use oven gloves now to drink.
Yeah. Call you ceramic Mike. All right, so we're gonna do this local barley thing. But as is always the case, I'm still recovering. I've had a few days with no family around, and that's helped. I'm not extrovert. What's the opposite? Introvert. I need time on my own to recharge. So. And unfortunately, I've still got the responsibility of the dog, which is almost too much responsibility. And he's been really getting on my nerves.
Is that being up your ass?
Leo. Walk him around, look after him, gives you sad face all the time. Even though you do fun stuff for him, you let him smell everything, for way longer than it should do. You walk back on your walk on yourself. Anyway, so I've had a bit of time to recharge, and I've almost managed to get rid of this flu/bronchitis thing. So I'm feeling good. I now just sound like I've smoked for 60
You've
years.
nearly got rid of your knock pneumonia.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Knock pneumonia. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So anyway, Mike, Two Puds, what's been in your glass and what's been up your arse, my friend?
What's been in my glass? Same as you. We did blind drams.
Yes, we did.
Hosted by the one and only Billy Cowan on Twitter. At Billy Cowan. And he selected 5 handfill bottles from various places. So we went through and it was a bit of a mixed bag.
They were all handfills, that's what you said, right?
All handfills. We started with the Caden Heads Oak Cask Blended Malt. I think it was the cheapest one. Dram 2 was a Auchentoshan Single Malt Distillery Cask Strength Handfill. Get your words out, in virgin oak.
There you go.
57.4%, 90 quid. I thought that was absolutely banging. Really,
I like that one as well.
That. Yeah. Quite surprising because, again, it's one of those ones I don't go to. I think the only Auchentoshan I've ever had is the entry one, which I can't even remember what it's called now. American Oak, I think it was like 17 quid. So grabbed one of those years back and never really revisited. So
it was confusing people, wasn't it? A little bit. I've still got my notes in front of me. I said sherry, raisins, nutmeg, detergent, lavender, spice apples, coconut, milk chocolate, coconut shavings, milk chocolate, palate, vanilla, and more coconut shavings, honey, milk chocolate, ginger and lemon. I said it was like dipping a Bounty bar in a Lemsip.
You did say that.
That's what it reminded me of.
You did. I liked that.
And it finished on a bit of sort of sweet Jamaican ginger cake. I really liked that one. That was good. That was
Dally one cake.
Yeah, Dally one.
Yes, so from there we moved on to the Deanston 7-year-old Fino cask, organic, £75, 53.6%. I didn't think that much of it. Scored it a 2 out of 5. What did you do for that one?
3, I think.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I gave.
It's all right.
I wasn't. Yeah, I think drams 2, 3, and 4 all got a 3 from me.
Yeah,
which means at the right price I buy a bottle. But unfortunately, we found out that they were all very expensive.
Yeah.
Why are distillery bottles, handfills, so expensive? Why did they insist on ripping people off who travel all that way to go to the distillery? Except, not all.
Not all.
Glenmurray.
No. Glenmoray!
Not Glenmoray, no. So Glenmurray wouldn't rip you off, but many do seem to, don't they, right?
They do. What do we have fourth? We had the Glasgow distillery, which is obviously quite popular at the moment.
That wasn't a rip-off, to be fair.
No, that was a Nuremberg Whiskey Festival special edition. It was a peated 6-year-old Virgin American Oak, then finished in Madeira. I scored that one a 4. Really enjoyed that one.
I scored it a 3, but I think I then changed it to 4 before the scores were submitted, so I scored it a 4 in the end.
Yeah.
So at that point, I still didn't know it was a Glasgow distillery. I was still blind.
Yeah.
And I was like, on the nose, I got like braised beef, rose water. It smelled like under the kitchen sink cupboards. I'm not selling it now. It really smelled of new leather. I mean, extremely. It reminded me of when my parents got this pink leather suite sofa when we were younger. And it's like, you get that.
Brand new, like
brand new leather sofa.
Yeah.
But like, it was like this pink, sort of really polished leather. It really smelled of that. And it also had a bit of TCP in it.
Is that why you've got the pink gimp suit now? Is that just a flashback to...
No.
Special memory, a special time.
That's just what makes me feel comfortable, Mike. You need to be more accepting of people.
Well,
palate,
maybe.
Caramel, burnt caramel. Great there. Great notes from
me. Burnt caramel.
Burnt caramel.
No, it's caramel. Oh, now it's burnt.
Rubber, hint of peat, burnt orange, chili heat, bacon fries.
Same again.
And it finished with charred bacon, rubber, pickled onion, monster munch, and charred oak. Were your notes as random as that for that one?
I can't really remember. I was in a bit of a weird place when we did the tasting, if I'm honest.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I was in a lot of pain, just flat out on the bed. So, yeah, I did a load of tastings. Have a look. Go at #BlindDrams. Go to the latest, and then you can just scroll through everyone's thoughts, and they're all there for you.
You can see them all there. But that Glasgow one, reinforced.
Yep. Did well.
Did well. And it's still... What cask was that one again?
It was American oak, then finished in Madeira.
Right, okay.
So it was...
But only released in Germany.
Nuremberg Festival.
Top work from Billy there.
Yeah, to be fair, to get hold of one. I think it was from Libby and the crew at Glasgow that sorted that out. But yeah, so... Then we went on to Dram 5, which I didn't mind. I might let you jump in to just go through how it landed. It was the handfill shop exclusive from the Lagg distillery. It's a 3-year-old, 50 ppm, second fill, Sauternes cask at 70 quid and 62% ABV. So like I said, I had it for a 3 out of 5. What say you?
Oh, I scored it a 0, and I rarely score anything 0. And it's so bad that I don't think I can finish off the rest of the sample. Let's take a moment. Billy was going mental about it because he almost travelled. Billy was telling us that he almost actually travelled to
the actual place to get it.
It's in Lagg is Isla, isn't it? It's Arran, isn't it?
Arran, I think.
Arran, yeah. So sorry, Lagg is on the Cranzer, isn't it? Isle of Arran, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, it did not do well.
Oh, I hated it. It was a 0 out of 5 from me. And many people hated it. And Billy was very annoyed because he had almost travelled in person and he had to work tremendously hard to persuade them to send him these 2 bottles of whiskey. £75 for handfill 3-year-old. Bear in mind this is blind. My notes were mouldy melon, tequila, blue agave. Is that right?
Agave, yeah.
Agave, yeah. And then in palate, I'd written some charred tequila, sour lemon. I don't know. I just wrote give up. Some sort of farmyard stuff. It was horrendous. I don't think I'll drink the rest of that sample. That's a write-off for me, which is very rare. And I wasn't the only person because
I liked. So just to go through some of the tasting notes, Dram 5 from Paul is manky. It's gone, and I'm glad. Scored 0 purely because I can't score negatively. Gary, Dram 5 not good, salty, sour, feels like a come down after Dram 4. I wonder where he was going to go then. I quickly read that. Gordon, neat drams, more acrid stomach acid burn, brilliant.
You liked it though, Mike.
I didn't mind it.
You gave it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah. One Woman's World of Whiskey. Palate. Tastes like it smells. Sweet and sour. Tastes like a local spirit I had on an 18-30s bar crawl in Tenerife many years ago.
It's really bad. It really just tastes like a bad tequila or something.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because what cask was it in the end?
I was at Callum's notes. The finish. Yes, I am finished. Long pine disinfectant, icing sugar, envelope glue, peated grain. Absolutely horrendous.
It was horrendous.
It was second fill Sauternes.
Oh, so it was another Sauternes. That was it. Yeah. Okay, so they've worked out, I think, that out of 200, there's been 41 blind drams, which means there's been 210 whiskies tried. I think that's what someone was saying. It was definitely the third worst, which only leads me to say, how bad were the other two?
Yeah, I can't remember.
If they scored lower than that. And it was just yourself and like one other person who was like scoring it up. I think someone scored it a 4 and someone scored it a 3 and everyone else scored
I gave it a
zeros.
3 and then, Oh, no, and Patrick Lee scored it a 5.
That was it. Patrick scored it a 5. I mean, I'm still in disbelief about it now, really, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how you could score it a 5. So anyway, if you want to, if you've got £75 burning a hole in your pocket and you want to experience how bad it is, then
go on, buy one.
Lagg Sauternes 3-year-old 50 ppm.
Coming out.
And
is it out yet, or is it going to be coming out
handfill,
soon?
Isn't it? So it means you got to add your travel expenses on to get there.
I mean, it's not promising, is it? When they were banging on about it quite a lot to Billy, apparently. So
yeah, Billy was also having a bit of a moan about the Deanston handfill levels.
Oh yeah,
he's promised us he might come on the pod at some point and talk about how annoyed he got at the work he had to put in to get these handfills. But the Deanston one, they keep taking it off and weighing it. Yeah. So like you can't fill it up yourself; they do it for you. So it's not. Yeah. I mean, if it's a handful and you don't get to fill it yourself, what's the point?
Yeah,
I mean,
and also,
literally,
there's a hell of a lot more to that story. So just leave it there because I think it'd be good to get him on to do a little bit because that is. Yeah,
but it was funny about the scales, though, right? I mean, that was.
Oh, yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Billy could take a story that is about 60 seconds and turn it into an hour, so we've got no worries there. He'll expand on it if he ever comes on.
Yeah. What's been up your arse this week, other than your dog?
Well, so I actually had a week off the booze until the weekend. I finished off a bottle of Tamdu Batch Strength 6. What's been up my arse is I coughed so hard I dropped my phone. I've cracked my phone screen. I coughed so hard I just lost control, and then I think I was trying to put it in my pocket at the time, and I missed my pocket by like some distance. Coughing's really been up my arse. I feel like I'm getting over it. On a positive side, I very much enjoyed the new series Twisted Metal on Amazon. It's very good, and I've finally got into Ray Donovan, so that's good. But mostly what's been up my arse is
ill.
Yeah, but do you know what? I'm actually getting better now. Just the cough. I mean, how do you cough so hard that you drop your phone? I mean,
yeah.
It feels like every time I cough, like my lungs displace and move like a centimeter. Like they're jumping up in my body. Like they're going whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Like you know when you're trying to start a car and the car won't start and the car's like lurching forwards. It's going like that. Because it's not turning
like a
over,
Dementor on Harry Potter. That's what you're going to sound like. Yeah.
So that's what's been up my arse. It's been doing my head in.
Oh, mate, I'm jealous. I haven't been able to cough or sneeze properly for at least 6 months now.
Right.
From pain. I've got to very quickly try and put myself into a position where I can sneeze without covering my mouth and just look down and just get into a weird squat position because that's the only one that doesn't hurt. And even then, It's like,
do you mean like that Asian squat position where like you just like go down on your haunches type thing?
Just
because when you go to like different parts of Asia, you just walk around and people are just like just in a permanent squat. Like,
I don't know,
because that's more relaxing than standing up or sitting on a chair.
Oh, maybe. I mean, that could be, but yeah, I can only sneeze at quarter strength, so I can't tell you how frustrating sneezing is at the moment. Because
how do you sneeze at a quarter strength?
You've got to compact it.
Sneezes are uncontrollable by their They're uncontrollable.
It's not. You can control how loud and how much it goes out. It's the same as like, I know people that are like,
you can check it.
And you're like, fuck off. You're just sneezing because you're fucking trying to get attention or something.
My brother-in-law, I'm so bad with the family stuff. One of my brother-in-law, I've only got one currently, too soon. So he's one of these people that sneezes so loud, everyone jumps.
He's doing it on purpose then?
No, he doesn't. He just, I think it's just an idiosyncrasy now. Like he can't not sneeze so loudly. He also shakes hands way too hard. He's a great guy though, to be fair. He just shakes your hand way too hard, like he crushes your hand, right? And
do you know what to do with people?
He sneezes like a gunshot, like basically.
Does he twist so his hand's on top?
No, he's not that guy.
He shakes.
He keeps it dead straight, so it's fair, but just crushes your hand. Like he doesn't do that thing where he like comes in and tries to power shake you and he puts the hand over the top.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Handshakes. You don't get to shake hands with as many people these days, really.
No, it's a good thing. Yeah,
it is a good thing.
I like a fist
right.
pump. That's the best thing about COVID, probably the fist pump stayed.
Fist pumps, fist pumps, like not the elbow stuff.
Elbows,
just fist pump is better, isn't it?
Yeah, I've nearly said something really dark then, but I'm not going to go.
Hey, Mike and Duncan, John Lennon here. Heard you lads are celebrating a milestone. 50th episode of Your Honours to a Malt Shindig now. I'm not much of a whiskey drinker myself. Always preferred a good cuppa or a glass of vino, but hey, if that's your bag, more power to you, man.
So, it's a 50th pod.
Yeah.
And so we said we'd treat ourselves this time because we've got a bunch of hard work from our perspective pods lined up. Although we'll have fun, I'm sure. We said we'd treat ourselves and we would have some local barley and we would talk about who we would most like to have a dram with, right? You know, so I thought we could just try the local barley whilst we have a wee natter about who we'd like to most have a dram with. So, what are you thinking on the noses on these local barleys, Mike?
Let me just readjust. I
should say to people that we're not like 70 or anything like that. We're actually just 40-ish. So just because we sound like we're in continual pain.
Well, I don't know if I said I'm 41, but I've been telling people I'm 42 for ages, so I've basically lost a year.
This could just be all big setup before we start to try and sell health and fitness kick, isn't it? The health and fitness DVDs are coming out.
Yeah, there's apparently a special bottling of whiskey that can fix bad backs.
Yeah,
be like back in Prohibition days. Yeah, I need a whiskey. I
think all bottles of whiskey can fix a bad back.
Doctor's orders. By Honest to a Malt.
Davina McCall, she was big at like being able to sell fitness DVDs on the back of stuff, wasn't she? That's what we need to do.
Oh, I just ignored the nose, went straight in and drank it. Which one are you on? New or old?
I haven't tried either yet. I've just been nosing them. They both smell very similar, but I'd say the 2024 one smells a bit more sherried.
Yeah, there's more like sherbety sort of notes on there as well.
It's a bit more refined, I think. Wow. Oh, that is very fruity, the 2024 one. Really fruity.
Big astringency on there as well, mind. And a bit of ginger. Quite a fiery little beast.
I have to say, I think immediately I prefer the dirtiness of the 2023. And I'm pretty sure the 2023 one wasn't as dirty as the 2022 one, which was even dirtier. So I think my preference with these local barley is that they are...
I'll just confirm, 2020, stupid as it sounds, we got it in 2023, but it's actually the 2022 11-year-old. And then we got this one in 2024, but it's the 2023 13-year-old. Just to clarify.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, because the 13-year-old is technically the 2023 bottling.
There's basically, in the last 3 years, there's been a 10-year, that was 2022, released in, 11-year, 2023, and now a 13-year-old released this year.
The 11 is released December 2022. That's the release date on this. Okay. That's why it's called the 2022.
Okay.
It's probably similar for that. They've probably had it bottled for ages and just sat there.
Could be.
Waiting for the bots.
Usually comes out early the year after.
Oh, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Doesn't come out in December, I don't think. Anyway, I feel like the 11-year-old one. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, it's better.
11-year-old's a bit sort of dirtier, a bit more oily. Still lemony, coastal.
More Burbs cask influence. Yeah, super lemony. Bang on there. Loads of citrus. Creamy, funky. Whereas the 13...
It's richer, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot. Loads of leather, loads of polish. There's a lot going on. There are loads of nuts coming in.
Yeah, loads of nuts. It's much more... the 13 feels closer in profile, for example, to when you have, like, when I tried Springbank 18.
Yeah.
It's a bit more refined, a bit classier. It feels closer to that, whereas the 11-year-old one just feels like more similar to having one of those Glen Scotia single casks that you often get from SMWS. A bit wild, a bit crazy, you know, very dirty.
If you were going to put an environment on those tastings, stereotypical, the 11-year-old, you are summer evening, out on the balcony or on the decking or in the garden somewhere, just chilling with a whiskey, whereas 13, I think you are fireside at home, real slow drinking. That's not a quick drinker. You're going to be savouring that one a little bit more, I think.
Oh, you're making me want to neck it now just to prove a point.
Neck it!
They both have a lot of similarities still, though. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure that there's quite a lot.
I'm going to dive into Springbank 10.
I'm sure it's still the same Belgravia barley, isn't it? In all using all of the last 3 releases. So, and they're
weirdly,
I think they've just mixed down some
from a
sherry
couple of years ago is like the love child of these two.
Really?
Yeah, nice little amount of funk. It's got a nice blend of both. That's what I say.
Hey, legends of the Lithic Cabinet, Chris Henworth here. Just heard you blokes reached the mighty 50th episode mark. That's a true Odin-sized achievement. Reaching half a century of podcasting is no small feat. It does take the dedication of a true Valkyrie. Well, maybe a Valkyrie with a healthier liver. Seriously though, congratulations. You've built a mighty fine podcast here, full of enough drams and laughs to quench the thirst of the whole Asgardian army. Here's to another 50 episodes of exploring the finest barley nectars the realms have to offer. And remember, when it comes to whiskey, Asgard's got nothing on a good Aussie drop. So raise a glass, ye mighty podcast warriors. Here's to many more years of slaying the mediocre whiskey act there. Cheers.
Who would you want to have a dram with?
Well, I was having to think about it. I think we've got to lay down some rules first, right?
Go on, because I've probably gone stereotypical.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but I think first off, are they dead or alive, fiction or real? And you've got to be careful about.
Think fiction.
Well, I think we could do one from each, but also,
okay,
there's a lot of people out there I'd like to have a dram with, and they don't drink. I mean, there's no point saying them. I'd love to have a dram with Tom Hardy. What's the point? He doesn't drink. Can't do it. So there's a whole bunch of people out there that. It's that actor Bradley something. Not that I'm saying
Cooper.
Bradley. Yeah, I'm not saying I want to have a dram with Bradley Cooper.
You just want to stare into his eyes, don't you? I don't blame you. That is a handsome man.
He used to work at hotels and stuff and hospitality for a long time.
You worked in the Birmingham Travel Lodge?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Birmingham Travel Lodge.
The Bull Ring?
Yeah, a long time. And then, he just ended up in Hollywood and made it. Anyway, he doesn't drink either. There's a lot of famous people out there who will be
publicly don't drink.
Who will be in films and movies portraying people that drink but don't actually drink. So don't be fooled, people.
There's a reason they've got rippling 6-packs.
Yeah,
it's because they can't enjoy life.
They can't enjoy life. No. Whereas, like the opposite of that would probably be like someone like Chris Pratt.
What a ledge!
Or even Brad
I love
Pitt.
Chris Pratt.
Brad Pitt hasn't had a drink for a few years now. He used to be on the booze.
Yeah.
There are some that I think still drink, and we're just talking about famous actors.
Look at The Rock. The Rock has got his own tequila.
Does he drink though?
Yeah, man.
The Rock doesn't even make his own food, and this is what it's like with a lot of these famous people.
Well, this is it. It's easy, isn't it? Like, if you were a multimillionaire, I'd have my own in-house chef and just be like, right, I just want 4 eggs in the morning, then I want a nice chicken dish. You could be absolutely hench.
Would you pour, if you were that rich, if you were like, a billion, you don't want to become a billionaire because then you become like P. Diddy and you'll go all weird. No, but all these people that, get their money through various means.
Yeah.
For more information on that, probably go and listen to something like a Joe Rogan podcast. But who get their money from various means, when they get too much money, they always end up being taken down somehow. So you don't get too much money. I don't know what's the right amount of money, 500 million, something like that.
Or just earn it legitimately and then you don't care.
Oh, you can't earn 500 million legitimately unless you're like one of the very few people in the world to have a huge company. Okay, let's say you've got a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Do you pour your own drinks, or do you have someone that pours your drink for you?
No, I pour my own drinks, 100%.
You're not lazy, are you? You won't cook.
That's the best. Oh, no, I don't want to frigging cook. Like, you could have the ultimate six-pack without lifting a finger, just off diet.
You could have a whiskey sommelier in just a...
I am one. Why the fuck do I need someone else to tell me? Well, I think you should have this. Nah, mate.
Careful, because you know I can't laugh too much at the moment. Like, you got me right on the edge there. I only said that to wind you up, and I wasn't thinking about the consequence of me laughing and you getting annoyed. No, yeah, too, but you could have someone to pick your whiskey for you. Hang on. So, I think you can't pick anybody who can't drink, because what's the point if you say you're going to have a dram with somebody and they can't drink? It's a total waste of time. So Tom Hardy would have been on my shortlist. Not now. Maybe I would go for a run with him, or let him beat me at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something like that.
Fair.
Yeah, he'd probably beat me even if I tried, actually, seeing as he's a purple belt or whatever. But I wouldn't enjoy a dram with him. So is there anybody that you can think of that you were thinking should have been on your shortlist, and then you thought, hang on, maybe they're teetotal?
No, didn't even go anywhere near. Oh, I'll tell you what. Yes, there was someone I was thinking of, and I'd love to get him on at some point, if I'm perfectly honest, on the podcast, because big Neville Southall, former Welsh goalkeeper, now turned mental health advocate, is obviously sober due to alcohol issues. I thought it'd be quite cool to get a sort of recovering alcoholic on the show at some point, just to wake up some people and put a bit of fear into them if they're maybe going a bit far. But yeah, I'd love to have had a whiskey with Big Nev. I would love to have had, if you could go with someone that is no longer with us, I'd love to have had a drink with Father Ted in character, fictional character.
Hang on, you're jumping categories now. This is bonkers.
I'm flipping.
Right, I'm sort of on you. Father Ted, I don't, as much as I like the show, I don't know if I would have actually wanted to have a drink with him in character as Father Ted.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be chaos.
Yeah, absolutely.
It wouldn't be relaxing,
quality.
Would it?
I don't need to relax. It's been an experience. Can you imagine going to drinking with Father Ted, where he'd be like, pretends he doesn't drink, and it would actually just be absolutely like getting hammered. You got Father Jack there as well. Just try and like get Dougal drunk, see what he ends up doing. So
if you could go into a sitcom, that's even a different question. If you could go into any sitcom and have a drink with them, where they all have to stay in character.
Father Ted.
What
do you mean in character? They're real.
No, but what an experience that would be if you could pay. Again, this is probably for rich people, to go and have a drink on a sitcom where they all have to stay in character.
If you've got enough money, I reckon that's entirely possible.
That was
what was the film where he hires Nick Cage to come over to his island?
Oh my days!
That's decent. Anyway,
search that. So I was still looking at surprising celebrities that don't drink. Adele, she doesn't drink.
Oh really?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I mean, it's this
anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always anymore. There's always that sort of caveat to it. Lily Allen doesn't drink anymore. Kate Moss, Zac Efron, as if he ever drunk. That guy's probably never had a drink in his life.
He's probably had like one bud, punch someone, and then worried about his life.
Giving it the old big up. Tom Hardy's in there, mentioned him, didn't we? John Mayer. It just goes on and on. That's what I mean. Like Brad Pitt. So there's all these people you think, I'd have a drink with them. You can't. Calvin Harris. He's a DJ, doesn't drink.
See, I feel like we've come at this from completely different directions. You're like, I'd like to experience people. I'm like, no, I want to get absolutely trolleyed.
Well, you won't be getting trolleyed with Ben Affleck anymore because he doesn't drink either. That's my point. So I'm just saying that hang on, Daniel Radcliffe's on this list.
Who?
No one wants to go for a drink with Daniel Radcliffe.
The radio DJ,
the guy was in Harry Potter.
Oh, Daniel Radcliffe.
Sorry,
I don't know who I was thinking of.
Did I say Danny? I said Daniel Radcliffe.
You said Danny because you're on like nickname terms now. Sure.
Yeah. Well,
you're Danny.
Best mates in. I'm slagging him off.
Danny, it's Danny. Yeah. Let's go for a little dram watching the Quidditch, eh?
So that was my first takeaway: is that you can't you can't just pick anyone because it's a whole bunch of people. And then, like you said, fictional. Okay, so you've gone straight in with Father Ted for fictional.
Yeah.
If it was a sitcom, I could go on any sitcom and get drunk with them. I'd probably pick Friends or Peep Show. It's hard to make a decision between the two.
What? And you think Peep Show wouldn't be stressful?
No, I don't care though now because you've changed the concept. So, like, if I was going to go and get absolutely levered, I'd want to go and get levered with Super Hands on Peep Show and Jez and the whole bunch of them, right? Susie. That would be about down the pub. That'd be amazing. So yeah, that's my choice for a sitcom. And they all have to stay in character, right?
You've now put me on to like experiences of like film and shows that you'd like to get into. And could you imagine being in a scenario where the world is coming to an end? There's a zombie outbreak.
You did an episode about that.
You find yourself with Shaun of the Dead, just getting smashed in the pub.
In the pub.
That would be class.
Yeah. What experience that'd be if they'd paid all those actors to actually be zombies as well, just the whole time. So you felt like you were really in it. It was the end of the world.
That's doable. That is so doable. All these pubs going out of business. So all you need to do, hire some students, some improv outside. Be a zombie, yeah, decent. Other people then, are we going to do dead people?
Yeah, we could do dead or alive. I feel like for dead, Elvis.
Yeah.
Right up there.
Yeah. Just as well, because you know he's got like decent snacks and burgers and stuff. If you
Elvis or Sinatra. I mean...
Oof. Oh, I don't know if I'd do Sinatra. He's a bit of a angry bastard by all accounts.
Oh, was he?
I mean, nasty.
All right.
Yeah. Get violent on the jack. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe a night out with Maradona. That'd be legendary, wouldn't it? When he was in Napoli.
Oh. Dear
no,
Lord.
but I mean...
You'd still be recovering now, mate.
I think it's a case of picking somebody like...
I'd do Churchill.
Oh, what, and drink a pint of champagne?
Yep, I'd love to do Churchill's daily drinking regime with Churchill just to see what that was like.
What was his daily... I know he had a pint of champagne for breakfast or something, didn't he?
Oh, mate, let me bring it up.
Whilst you're getting that up, this 13-year-old Springbank Local Barley has come together in the glass now. I saw on Dramface it was scored a 9 out of 10. I don't know if I go the whole hog to a 9 out of 10. It's definitely an 8 out of 10.
The new one, sorry.
Yeah, the new one, the 13-year-old.
Yep.
It is it's more rich, more decadent, more velvety than the previous two releases.
There is a really lovely note on that.
But there's more fruit and chocolate in it.
It's a tasting note I've used before. It always reminds me of childhood. It's probably not a good thing in whiskey. Do you remember Ruffles bars?
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry, dark chocolate and coconut.
Oh, yeah.
Massively. That's taking me back to being in a pram.
I would love a bottle of that one, actually. That's definitely worthwhile for 95 quid or whatever. Well, who else would be good to have a drink with who's passed away? And specifically a dram. Or Marilyn Monroe. Imagine a night out with Marilyn Monroe. The stories you'd hear.
See who's done what. Right, I've got it. Churchill. 7:30. Wakes up, stays in bed, eat breakfast, read newspapers, work, glass of whiskey and soda. 7:30. 11 a.m. Gets out of bed, has a stroll around the garden supervising the estate, has a whiskey and soda. 1 o'clock. Multi-course lunch, an imperial pint of champagne. 3:30 p.m. Bit of work from the study, glass of cognac. 5 p.m. Hour and a half nap.
Oh, you need a nap at that point,
Love
don't
it.
you?
6:30, wake up, bath, get dressed for dinner. 8 p.m, lengthy dinner with guests, another pint of champagne.
Right.
Midnight, work in the study, bit more cognac, goes to bed between 1 and 3 a.m.
Can we work out the units on that? I mean, how many units is he getting through a day there? He's really...
he's
supposed to be running the country. That's,
yeah, I dread to think how many units he was smashing through.
Salutations to Mike and Duncan, champions of a beverage that embodies the very spirit of Britain. 50 episodes, a testament to your dedication, and no doubt your cast iron constitutions. May your podcast continue to inspire and entertain, a beacon of good cheer in these trying times. Now, if you'll excuse me, I believe a celebratory cigar is in order.
Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix. I would adore to be able to have a whiskey with Jimi Hendrix when he was still alive, because he was a very sensitive soul. I'd love to just listen to him chat about whatever was interesting in his day, right?
Yeah.
That'd be magical for me. It's probably the, my big love that got me into guitar was Jimi Hendrix when I was younger.
Would you have taught him to sleep in the recovery position?
Yeah. Or I would have just been there ready to get into that hotel room to make sure.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah. Turn him on his side.
You got a kill, bro.
And in the same way, I'm a really big fan of Pantera. And I would love to go out for a drink with Vinnie Paul and Dimebag Darrell, who are brothers in the band, basically. They actually drank a lot of whiskey before they went on stage. Not good quality whiskey, but now you got me thinking about people that have passed away that I'd love to have a drink with. Yeah. So probably that's it. Musical artist top of the list would be Jimi Hendrix or the Vinnie and Dimebag Darrell from Pantera.
Fair.
I'm not sure who do you think the best fun would be on a night out?
Churchill.
Who'd have the most interesting? Churchill.
Yeah.
He's probably really boring. He's so drunk already, isn't he?
Yeah, but you'd have like amazing food, good champagne, good
What if you
whiskey.
did all day with him?
Yeah, sesh.
Oof. Well, so you're going to go for Churchill then.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to settle on...
Bear in mind, he's got like decent cigars as well.
Of course he has. I'm gonna swerve Hendrix, I think, just because there's a temptation to end up doing something stronger than alcohol. I think I'll go with Elvis, because that would be easy to tell. Down the line, people go, "You had a drink with who?" Elvis. Everyone will understand
Presley.
that. Elvis. And he was all in with everyone anyway, wasn't he? So
yeah,
imagine the stories you get out of that. Ooh, last contender. This is so difficult because if you don't spend a lot of time to think about this, the regret I'm going to have after this pod are the people I forgot to mention.
He's going to be messaging me for literally fucking days.
I've got to say, just so in case anyone wonders, I'm not saying Prince because he's a little difficult to get on with apparently, but Prince, massive love. But Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Now, Johnny Cash, yes, I think that maybe Johnny Cash, it's very close between Johnny Cash and Elvis, basically. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually... neither of them would be my top favourite artists. There's many more I like more, but I just think they're both fascinating people.
I'm sticking with Churchill, Session with Father Ted, and then what about Alive and Kicking?
What did I say?
Do you get
sitcom?
one?
I said for sitcom, I'm going to go with Peep Show, didn't I? So Peep Show. Yeah. Well, my first connection for you would be surely a lively day/night out in the model equivalent of Churchill would be Johnny Depp and his mega pints of wine.
Mega pints.
So it's a pint then. No, it's a mega pint. What's a mega pint?
It's still a pint.
It's still a pint, right? Well, hang on, Dead. I'll give you one more shout out for Dead.
Fucking hell.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? So I never met my granddads. They both passed away before I was old enough to remember them. And so if I could, probably my absolute preference would be to just sit down and have a drink with both of my granddads, who might be really boring.
Yeah.
It could be a total waste.
Well, they are related to you.
Could be a total waste of a card. But I can't remember any conversation with them. I don't really remember them at all. So if I could have the chance to sit down and have a dram with my granddads.
Yeah.
Because both my gran and my nan lived on for years. So I remember them very well.
Yeah.
They're both passed now. They went on for years and years and years, right? Whereas the granddads were both gone by the time I was like 4 or earlier. So that's difficult because you have no memories of them, right? So then I'd have to choose between my granddads or Elvis.
And if you did have to choose between your granddads, which one would you choose?
Well, I don't know, because how could I choose?
You've got to choose one. You can only have one. Which one is it?
That'd be both of them together.
Can't be. Choose one. It's got to be brutal. Pull
Dad's dad. He was an army man.
There you go. Done.
Yeah. It's
just discounted your mum's phone straight off. Love it. Brutal. Enjoy that.
Oh my god, and also my mum's dad is the Scottish side of the family.
Oh, there you go. More tainted anger at the Scottish people.
He left Scotland and came to the south. Traitor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. If I could have a drink with anyone alive, it would probably be your mum, just trying to improve her opinion of Welsh people.
She wouldn't have a drink with you, Mike.
No.
She wouldn't have a drink with you. I'd be like, no, he's from the posh part of Wales.
I'm from the nice part of Wales, but you would not believe what Duncan said. He chose your husband's father over yours. Just completely discounted him.
She broke the news to me when we were around for Christmas. Like, when we were in Kendal, we were around there for like the Christmas weekend that wasn't actually Christmas. And she broke the news to me that she was really into listening to like the Times radio or something. And then she was just winding me up. And it turns out like her favourite person on the radio is like William Hague or something. And I was like, I don't even know my mum. I'm like, what is going on here? Anyway, so don't worry. You're not the only person that doesn't see eye to eye with my mum. It probably includes.
Oh, it's a matter of time. We're going to meet and get on like a house on fire.
So, well, that would probably be Aunt Kendall. Alive, you can have a drink with somebody who's alive, who's knocking about in your thoughts there.
Quite a lot of people. I think a little guilty treat. I don't even know if he does drink anymore. I think he does. Vic Reeves.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think he still does. I think he's just very sensible these days.
Jim Moyer, I believe. Official name.
Yeah. I thought so from Bob and Mortimer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so much easier to do. I've missed Sean Locke. Scratch all of it. Scrap the granddads. Scrap Elvis. Sean Locke.
Granddad, we hate you.
Sean Locke. 100% nailed on Sean Locke. Don't care. That's it. He can just tell me what he thought my granddads were like. That's fine. That'll do me.
Yeah.
Sean Locke. There you go. I've locked in on Sean Locke.
So these honest to a malt guys, they do like tastings on their podcast, right? Isn't that a little weird? You're sitting there and your shed or you're somehow recording, microphone in your face, and you're like swirling his amber liquid round and then talking about the finish? Who's listening to this stuff? A bunch of other people in their basements and summer house and sheds swirling their own amber liquid? Podcasters are a strange breed.
This one is so difficult. It's much easier to do people that pass away because we put them up on a pedestal, right? People who are alive, still a possibility. Could happen, couldn't it?
It could.
I mean, I'm struggling to even think of somebody alive that I want to have a dram with. I've got to have a dram with you tomorrow and I've got to suffer that.
I know, that's fucking painful enough. Jesus, putting up with me.
SMWS. If anyone's at SMWS, it'll be too late.
It could be too late because by the time we edit this, it'll be gone. We're going for a lovely steak sandwich and 5 whiskies.
Plus a bonus dram.
That's
on me. Bonus dram.
Yeah, everything else is on me.
Yeah.
Can't even write it off on the bloody podcast. If someone could pay us just a $5, we can write all this stuff off.
Yeah.
As expenses.
Feel free to go on
If you want to sponsor us, 50 quid, pay us, 25 quid each to me and Duncan. We'll give you a 1-minute advert of whatever you want on the pod, and then we can start writing off expenses to keep producing this stuff.
Yeah.
Done. That's my pitch.
Thanks, Mike. Great pitch. Solid pitch, 2 puds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who, other than my mum, who, I feel like I should say your mum now, who would stand...
You don't fucking go for a drink with my mum.
That would be... That's it. That's the
She
setup.
moaned the fucking ear off you, mate.
Episode 100, me and you go for drams with our mums together.
Oh, my mum does like a whiskey.
There you go.
But
my mum likes a whiskey as well. She's like, she gets right into it. Yeah. Just doesn't like peated whiskey so much, but every other whiskey she'll chow down on. So, alive, Michael Jordan loves a cigar. He loves a whiskey. I'd love to just sit and listen to his stories. I mean, you can watch the documentaries and stuff, but more of his stories about shithousery and shithousery. Basically, like the mind games that he played and the mentality that he had to get into to like drive that team for the years that they did. Plus, and I say this again, he loves a whiskey and a cigar. So we would just be we would be fully reclined on like lazy boys. Big Cuban cigars in hand, big whiskey pour, and we'd just be sitting at Tumbler Club. This is fully Tumbler Club. That man is not drinking out of a Glencairn, right? And we'd just be sit back, and he'd just be like talking through his stories. Yeah, that would be amazing. So yeah, Michael Jordan would be up there for me. He's on the short list. What about for you?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Absolutely. Again, that would be one hell of a session.
What happens if Richard Hammond turned up? It'd be the worst day of your life.
Nah, he'd just crash, wouldn't he?
James May, Captain Slow.
No, but I like James May. I don't actually like the little one. Right. I've heard he's a bit of a twat.
I don't know, do I? It's not.
Don't know.
I haven't met them. Could
Rumour
be
has it.
Right. Hey, that's it. That's your Jeremy Clarkson is your
Clarkson.
Anyone on the planet?
Yep.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Vic Reeves.
You be fair, you did say Vic Reeves, yeah.
I mean, Vic Reeves over Clarkson, but yeah.
Eric Cantona.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Eric Cantona. He's like a poet. He's like this sort of creative spirit.
I don't really like Cronenberg, though.
Was it Stella or Cronenberg that he promoted?
Cronenberg.
I think he's done both.
Has he done both?
Probably. He's had a long enough post-career, hasn't he? I feel like we're missing a lot of people here who are probably good options. The
world is quite a big place with a high population. It's quite likely we are not considering some.
What about a drink with somebody like Donald Trump?
No.
He doesn't drink either. He's another one that doesn't drink.
He does.
He doesn't.
Yes, he just fucking does.
He doesn't. He just eats fast food.
Yeah, and he also doesn't touch women.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I'm going to grab you by the whiskey
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horrid, man.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to sit down and have a drink with Donald Trump, but there are some people that you just can't get your head around how bonkers they are. And so it would be sort of interesting to witness them in real life being that nuts.
You guys did a great job. 50 episodes of Honest to a Mouth. You're doing things great, guys. You're making things great again. You're making whiskey great again. Who are they? Do they pay us?
If you really had to go drink for drink with the person, and they have to drink what you drink, Louis Theroux.
Right.
I would love to get Louis wrecked. Can you imagine?
I think he's got a dark side, Louis Theroux. I always feel he's keeping his dark side within. He's like not letting it out. I wonder how many drinks it takes for him to turn into a monster. You know?
I feel like he sucks a little bit of soul out of all the evil people and just keeps it in there. And at one point, he's going to break.
He's going to break
so
out.
Like he is Satan.
It could be. He's walking amongst us.
No, I think he's absolutely mega. Yeah, having a session with Louis Theroux would be great because there's going to be so much stuff that could never, ever make the edits from all the things he's done.
Some of the stuff he's done has been very dark. I feel like,
I love it. Like it's one of those experiences where the awkwardness you feel watching it is like palpable. You are literally, I feel like queasy at points because it's so awkward, and I just want to leave the room, which I love. To be made that uncomfortable while we're watching a documentary that's nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
I mean, speaking about
really
interviewers,
good.
We also missed Michael Parkinson, who would have been fascinating to have a drink with. But I am going to throw into the mix.
Are you Googling like dead celebrities?
No. I'm just I was just trying to think of people that I have missed who are alive still, and Charlie Sheen would be in the mix there, right?
Oh dear God!
You said go drink for drink, right?
We're not capable of.
But the reason I was googling is because so many of these people have given up drinking alcohol that you, as I said, you've got to rule them off the list. You're like, I'd have a drink with him. I'll have a drink with Brad Pitt. You can't have a drink with Brad Pitt. He doesn't drink. So that's my point. So yeah, Charlie Sheen, he only had that fascinating run with the tiger blood stuff, and and when he was like, when he was talking about he was banging 7 gram, what is it, rocks of crack or whatever. The guy was an absolute mentalist. And then it turns out in the end he had HIV or AIDS or whatever or something like that. He's just lived on the edge for so long that I feel that it would
maybe not the edge of glory. I don't know what he's lived on the edge of.
He's lived on the edge of something, right? Yeah. So yeah, probably that guy maybe. But we do what everyone does, which is we're going down the celebrity route. What about famous cooks or non-famous people that have done loads of good for the world? You know, like
it'd be boring, mate, innit?
Yeah, it's a thing, innit? You know, you want the gossip stories, don't you?
Chefs, you'll see a chef scratching his ass, and then you'll be like, oh, he's probably cooked.
What about modern geniuses, like people who have solved world problems, like great inventors?
Go on.
I don't know. That's the problem. I mean, I know great inventors, but they're mostly dead, aren't they? I mean, all the best, all the best stuff's been invented already. Like now they're into inventing stuff that you can't really understand anymore, right?
But that's always surely the best is going to be that we don't understand. That's why it hasn't been invented.
Okay,
we understood it.
I'd love to. I mean,
Brian Cox.
I mean, wouldn't it be more interesting to have a sit-down chat with Elon Musk or hear somebody, whoever the preeminent, whoever the expert in the world is on whether we live in virtual reality or not, that person, whoever is the biggest expert on it, right, in the world. I don't know who it is. Biggest expert on whether we live in virtual reality. Having to Google that.
Is this what you're Googling right
Yeah. I'd love to sit down and have a drink with that person. I don't know who the expert is. Somebody's an expert on that. That's the thing.
Brian Cox. Science. We can talk about science. We can talk about debrief. Things can only get better.
Well, we're now at 50 episodes. We are towards 300 people subscribed. Thanks very much. Way over the 40 review mark. Appreciate it. So if you want to leave us a positive review or subscribe, it's much appreciated. We'll be doing a run of road trip podcasts coming up, won't we?
We will. We are road tripping. Got various guests lined up. That should be good.
Yeah, looking forward to that. We're doing a run of road trip episodes. So people's thoughts on which distilleries to go and visit and why, and stringing together like ideas for you about distillery visits, regional visits, things like that. So it should be good, should be exciting.
A wee guide, as it were, from two non-Scottish folk.
But we'd just be we were listening to their thoughts more than anything. Like, it's been a while since I've done like regional distillery visits. I visit the odd distillery, but it tends to just be go to one distillery. That's it. Not tour a whole bunch of them. I'd love to have the time to tour. It's just, kids, young kids. Remember that?
Yeah.
Your life,
we need somehow, I need to work in a trip to Islay, Islay.
Figure it out somehow, probably with the families, I would imagine.
Yeah, Lara can drive.
Without the families, it's going to be difficult. Designated drivers.
Islay to drive. Islay can drive. Should be
fine. Yeah. What's your closing thoughts on these two Springbank Local Barleys, other than the fact they're both banging?
That's it, mate. Both banging.
Buy it if you can, I guess. You can't, obviously, but if you can, buy it.
Still the 11 for me.
The same. Still 11 for me. It's just dirtier. It's more... I think it's because it's got more bourbon cask in it.
I'm going 5 drams, 11, 13, 11, 13, 11. Done.
Right.
That's my lineup.
Yeah. It's more effervescent, the 11. But, okay, I'm going to say the 13's classier. As you said, it's more like sit down. The 11 is just much livelier. It feels for me more in the sort of spirit of Campbelltown.
Oh, God, I did forget. You didn't ask me what was up my arse.
Yeah, go on then.
It's me. And you. Mispronouncing things again. And making little errors.
What did we mispronounce this time?
Simon Whiskey Novice messaged me and said, Bimber, ... talking about the Dram Face Top 100 Scottish distilleries. That's what the article is. Good. Well done on picking up on that one. Yeah. Very astute.
I'd love to say we slipped that in just to keep people on their toes, but we really didn't.
Yeah. No, we really did not. Yeah. And also we obviously mispronounced Claire Vokin's name. We keep saying Vulcans for some reason.
Vokins, no
L.
Yeah.
Silent L.
Yeah.
No L at all, actually.
There you go.
But I don't know why we keep putting an L in. So, yeah, I've been up my arse. You've been up my arse. That sounded weird. But, yeah, thank you very much for listening. Follow us in all the usual places at honestomalt.com, at honestomalt on Instagram, Twitter, X, everything else. Duncan's on at Whiskey Tip and I'm at Whiskey Wings. Thanks for listening and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye-bye.
Every month 5 drams are posted. Sip at home on Twitter, it's hosted. Tasted blind, brands might get roasted. It was the blind drams. Cask strength drams seldom under. There are rules in case you wonder. Just don't score a 5 or use a tumbler. It was the blind drams.